Hi. I have a fairly short journal for you called Pain Relief Techno Style, written April 19th, 2010, and though it was the second of that day, I use the word day loosely, it was only 1:37 a.m. So I used the Mayan day from the previous day, one wind. What is man capable of? That is a reasonable question, proposed absent his technology. Not that technology is bad, I just propose that man doesn't need it. And actually, I don't propose it. This is made obvious by the Anastasia books, the Ringing Cedar series, which bring to light people with incredible abilities, both to think and compute, absent aids of any kind, just with self. The truth is that we've no idea what we are capable of, unaided by our technology. It just doesn't enter man's mind to experiment with this. Why should we, after all, when we've such toys to play and to work with? Our progress seems to be based all on our technology, not on ourselves. Well, just as people's memories used to be greater before the written word, and still is in societies where the written word is less used, such is the same probably with all of our skills. Find an aid, spell that crutch, a technology to do or support some doing, and the ability to do it unaided is weakened. It simply follows. Start walking with a pair of crutches. Will your legs weaken or strengthen? We've been after this chimera called progress for so long, but without thinking, without really knowing where we're headed. If we look up from it, though, and look around us, I'd say we need, at a minimum, a major course correction. Things are a mess. There is none who will say no to this, I hope. It is just obvious. So, if this is the result of our headlong dash into progress, I say we call a halt. How about a moratorium on unthinking progress? What say you to that? We could bring it about, you know. All it takes is the masses, and that's us. Of course, we'd have to look up now and then from our techno toys, disconnect from the electronic soup, the miasma we swim around in order to do this. And there's the rub. Those things are built with our dependency in mind, and we're addicted to them. Forget the drugs. Bring on the electronics. They work just as well. And I ought to know, too, for I was once actually on the benefiting end of this setup. Back when this body's pain began to get so great and was not yet sufficiently medicated, I was pretty much in agony quite a bit of the time. Part of that resulted in restriction of mobility. The only way to keep the pain down was to rest quite a lot, laying down. Well, this can get pretty boring for one, but when you've pain that's inescapable, that makes it much worse. So, it was under these conditions that I finally signed up for cable TV. I'd never had it before, much to my daughter's disgust. I was in my 40s. I can attest to the fact that the distraction it brought was like taking pain drugs. It really helped quite a lot to ease my pain. In the midst of the worst of it, if I could just find something really enthralling, I could escape into that. This effect that it had still amazes me to this day. It's almost a bit frightening to so distance one from their body, their physical awareness. But anyway, it was most useful then. There. Now, no one can say I never said anything good about technology. Okay, it was a backwards or backhand compliment, but still, I made a competent use of technology back then, and I don't regret it at all. I would prefer it to drugs, but unfortunately, it takes both to conquer or at least live with pain like that. And I don't mean to complain either. I am in the process of discovering that, probably like most of us, maybe all of us, the cancer and ill health I experience is brought on by myself, by the way I lived life, as much emotionally as physically. Stuffing emotions is a good way to invite sickness. Back then, though, I considered it strength and endurance. Life was tough. That's pre-disease, before all the pain and the rest. So anyway, it's pretty interesting, this pain-relieving effect or body distancing effect to be found in technology. Not so much in the technology itself as in the distraction it provides. Curious, the power of mind. Sorry about the kitties and puppy in the back.